Hey YouTube, it's Critcher here, back again with another episode of Let's Play Monster Hunter Freemium 8. I'm gonna quickly put on the FPS counter just to see how this is running. Might have to tweak some settings a little bit. Okay, I should probably turn the render resolution down a little bit. There we go. Okay, there we go. And then if I just get rid of this, actually does it? Yeah, it shows on the stream. Okay, so if you're wondering what all that was about, I pretty much just turned the render resolution up and hit record to see if how much it would lag or not, but it seems to be okay. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is not in 6-star, I believe it's 5-star. It's unfortunately something that's already clear. Okay, we're not doing that then. It would appear Lunastra has run away. So, have I shown the Azure Rathalos? It wouldn't seem so. I guess I'll show the Azure Rathalos off for this episode, and then next episode I'll make it so Lunastra shows up. And because I've completely forgot all the recipes for the cats, I'm just gonna go in with 100 health instead of 140. You may or may not hear at some point I've got a new controller. It's the Razer Sabertooth. I like it so far. It takes a while to get used to. It's got this really like rubbery grip around it that I'm not really used to with controllers. I'm used to just the hard plastic feel going from a PS2 to a 360. So the rubber feel, it feels actually quite nice. I'm just not used to it. The buttons are much more responsive, but they have like no depress time. So I can tell that if you're heavy-handed with this controller, you can damage it really easily, which is what I'm expecting most of the complaints have come from. Because you're not supposed to be heavy-handed with controllers in the first place, but the 360 controllers really it can really take a beating and just shrug it off basically. But these like, it feels like key switches underneath these BAXY buttons, and I'm pretty sure if you slam those too hard, you're gonna damage them. And I did have a interesting conversation with someone about whether or not I should have gone with the Azure Rathalos, this guy, his armor, or this armor. Now the argument is that both give attack up large. I'm not sure if you have to gem Azure Rathalos in, but it can give attack up large. Ow. And the only difference really is the negative skills, which you gem out anyway, and the positives, one positive skill each. Red has auto tracker, and blue has earplugs. Now, based on the fact that this guy takes much longer to kill than the Rathalos will, because one, it's a single monster quest. Everything in double monster quest has more health, and will just be generally easier to kill if you're fighting it one-on-one. But in a single monster quest, this could take a while. And I basically said, if I can get high grade earplugs out of it, because I don't bother with an earplug set unless it's going to have high grade. Because most of the stuff that you fight, where you'd want earplugs, you need high grade for. Diablos, Kazoo. You'd need high grade earplugs for those. I'm not 100% sure about Kazoo. I believe you need high grade for Kazoo. Admittedly, earplugs would have got me some free damage and stopped me taking that damage. That's why I was trying to roll through his... Wow. Damn it. Okay, so admittedly, earplugs would have saved my life there. But it was partly a decision because of the whole video making thing. I also not a fan of how I can't actually roll out the way of those fireballs, because they're really large hitboxes. But it was partly a stream reason, because there was that one episode where I was running around for ages trying to find a monster. If I had paintballed it, then it wouldn't have been an issue. But if I have auto tracker, then that can't happen. Now, of course, that's not going to be an argument later on in the series, because later on in the series, I'm not going to be at a stage where I want to give up any combat skills. For reasons seen there, that charge in high rank or G rank probably would have outright killed me. He wouldn't have even needed to fireball me. So earplugs would, like, even the normal ones are like, yep, take those. But the thing is, the Azure Rathalos just has more attacks than the regular Rathalos, like how when he jumps back he launches the fireball. That's actually one of his more damaging moves, so he's actually a lot tougher than regular Rathalos. He doesn't have the decreased damage and decreased health multiplier for being two monsters in one zone, and he also poisons you more, if I recall correctly, or that might be in a different game. I know that there was some changes between this game and other games. And that homes in. Okay. I thought I was just running into its trajectory. No, it homes in. By the way, for anyone wondering, I haven't played Monster Hunter in a couple months. I've been too busy with work to actually sit down and play. And I just rolled forward instead to the side. It's because I'm used to the depress time of the A button, so that I'll like move the analog stick to the side and hit A at the same time, because the A takes a while to depress on the 360 controller. The A button will go in a little later than the analog stick direction will. But because it's so immediate here. Oh, don't do this. This is going to drag the episode out so long if you just keep flying around like this. Like, it's hard enough to hit you because you're a Rathalos who keeps flying, but this is just... like, it looks cool and cinematic and everything, and I admit that that lighting looked really good just then, but it doesn't really add much. And it ends up with this. Now he's gonna have to reset. It's like, it's not fun. I don't want to watch a Rathalos land in a river, or land on a river somehow, and then fly up. I want to fight. And now you're in rage mode again. I keep seeming to get this feeling like the roll direction should be camera based, but I kind of get the feeling it's based on my character. I know for a fact in Free Ultimate it's camera based, which is probably what I'm used to, and he got hit by a fireball. Holy shit, I bounced off the tail? What the fuck? Yeah, see, he's just gonna reset now. Or, yeah, he's just gonna reset. Or not. Okay. So they only reset if they actually go out of the zone. If they land on something, they just do an aerial move. Okay. Ah, damn it. Yeah, it's not camera based. I'm tempted to change that, honestly. Even then, it doesn't really feel player-based. I don't know what the axis is for determining whether or not you're pressing left or right. If that terrain hadn't blocked that, I would have probably died there. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm not flashballing him, I can't stand a flashed Rathalos when I'm meleeing. It's such a waste of a flash bomb. Then again, they also play. Ow. But yeah, this is why. He either does stupid shit like this, goes into rage mode, or tail whips. Now I'm gonna get out of the way of the fireball. If he had charged there, the terrain would have pushed him into me. Now I remember another reason I didn't want to do Azure Athlos armor. This guy takes a lot longer to kill. He's also one of the ones where you want pretty much every kind of resist except tremor resist, because he constantly flies up, so you want wind resist. He screams a lot, so you want earplugs. Not sure if terrain resist is in this game. It might be in this game. I don't know. But yeah, this guy's really, like, I'm trying to remember what multiplayer it is off of Rathalos' base stats, and then plus the added one of him being single. And I just can't remember what it is. I think it's monsters have 6. Oh, do not go Aryan, please. Oh, you're just flying in circles. This is the one issue with the forest and hills. It doesn't seem to happen in any other areas. Like, you can fight this guy in the jungle and you won't do this. Actually, can you even fight this guy in the jungle? I'm thinking about a type of Wrath. But then he should. Yep, he went all the way down. Damn. Oh, there was a little bit of training there that he landed on. Anyway, now he's gonna reset all the way back over there. Oh yeah, I forgot to sharpen. I was hoping for at least one cut to go through so I could roll. But guess not. Anyway, I need to sharpen. Okay, what's broken? One set of claws. Wait. Oh, wait, no, I have green sharpness. I guess one thing that kinda bugged me a little bit, actually, that I've realized about this game that I didn't realize the first time I played through. There's a lot of monsters you can't easily fight with green sharpness way before you even have a single blue sharpness weapon available to you. Like, admittedly, I did find a way of making a sharpness plus 1 set, which would have given like 1 or 2 weapons up to this point blue sharpness. However, that's 1 or 2 weapons plus grinding out 5 monoboss hearts off of low monoboss. It's not something Like, everyone said this was the game that wasn't beginner friendly, and that's a pure example of why it's not. Like, some of the optimal ways to play this game require a lot of grinding and farming, and new players just don't want to do that stuff. I don't even know if there's an option to change the role type in this game. I want to see which one it is. And if you can't change it, then I'm going to have to figure out at some point which one it is. And that was about to be either a roar or a fireball. It kind of feels like it's a mixture between camera and character. Which actually, I don't know, like, I got used to it, and then I don't know how much of Free Ultimate I played. I must have played at least a couple hundred hours. And now I'm used to whatever system Tri used. Ooh, that was lucky. One issue with the Sabertooth, they have little dust covers, because it's got like these two little paddle things at the back that go up and down, and you can get like 4 macro buttons out of them. I took them off so that I could just get like more of a traditional controller feel. And the dust covers they give you are too small, and they keep falling out. Like, the issue is, as much like they fit fine, but the issue Razer forgot is that these are on the bottom. Shit. Is that these are on the bottom of the controller. There we go. I don't think I broke the crest, but buttons are really sensitive. I didn't even think I was pressing R there. So I really like the controller. I just need to get used to it. Like, I would recommend this controller to anyone who isn't completely used. Like, if you're really used to the 360 controller like I was, you might find it a bit hard to adjust. But if you're not, then give it a shot, because it's a really nice controller. The one complaint I would have with it is that it forgets what settings you've given it all the time. Like, if I turn Rumble off, next time I turn my PC on or plug the controller in, I've got to turn it off again. It doesn't remember it. So it's like, there's no memory in the actual controller, which, yeah, memory in a controller you wouldn't think would be important, but it's a nice thing to just have it remember your system features and settings. Is he in rage mode? I didn't see any fire at his mouth. Hitboxes were not this game's forte, just a reminder. I was seeing if I could break the crest before I killed him. Oh well, 2 breaks, I guess. For a returning hunt, not bad. A quick reminder, I said at the start that unfortunately the quest was already clear. I was going to go fight Lunastra. However, I tried fighting her with the old controller, but like, the controller was bad to the point that I spent more time like fighting it than actually fighting her. Like, the first half of the fight went fine, and then it started getting worse and worse, and then the second half it pretty much fully died on me, so I ended up fighting her with the keyboard, which I imagine some people would have minded seeing, but it wasn't that enjoyable. But yeah, Razer Sabertooth, I definitely recommend it. Just remember that your actuation times on these buttons are instant, rather than when the button goes all the way down. Like, that's the one thing I'm forgetting with it. So I'm doing stuff like I would with the old controller, or like a PS2 controller or a PSP, where it takes a while for stuff to press. Not the best. Oh, look, got a wing. Wings are quite rare, I found. Also, another thing I like, the D-pad is individual buttons each, and it has no issues with this. It has no issues whatsoever with the emulator, whereas the normal 360 controller had constant issues with the D-pad. This doesn't, and it's amazing for it. And I like the analog sticks. It gives you an option to like set up the analog sticks, so if they like go off center a bit, then you can reset it. The start and back buttons aren't that great in my opinion. I prefer them. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not used to them because they're like thinner and more upwards and harder. Like I like the old ones where they were like kind of indented and really soft. It's got 3 buttons on each side, like the trigger, the bumper, and then 2 macro keys, so you can set it to whatever. I think, yeah, I set these to left and right, so I could use this to like do the camera stuff. Although with 2 analog sticks, who needs that? I think I've still got my triggers set up for bow controls and stuff. But overall, a really nice controller. The only real gripe I have with it is that the dust covers, because of basically gravity, when you're just playing, they'll just pop out because they're not actually held in, they're just kind of like put in. They just sit there. Like if you were holding the controller upside down, you'd have no issues with that, but I don't game with the controller upside down. I know some people game with it really close to their chest in like an almost upside down fashion, but that's not me. What was I looking for? Oh, I don't have this stuff here. I was looking for the camera options. I'll figure out what it is at a later date. I can't tell if this is speed up and slow down, or if this is just something that was there to begin with. Because I'm running really quick here, but then up there I was running more slowly. Oh. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and apologies for being a bit rusty. Probably a good thing I didn't go try to fight Lunastra with being this rusty. I might practice a few more times against the Giraffos before I record a new episode. I might have to, depending on whether or not Lunastra shows up. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, and now I need to go raid my old PC to get all the image files so I can upload this to YouTube. See you next time.